The fall. This is just a quick disclaimer, or at least a reminder to you guys that all of these videos are going to be made how I dealt with certain things or what I went through, and hopefully this helps you out in your own journey. In this video, I would be talking about how to move on from a breakup, or at least how to move on with your life instead of putting it on pause after the breakup. Enjoy the video. The breakup. During the breakup, there's a lot of thoughts and emotions that can be going through you right now. Maybe regret that you didn't change when they asked you to. Maybe denial, thinking that the relationship isn't over. Maybe yourself asking them for second chances. Maybe anger at yourself, at them, at the world, at the people around you, or even God. Or maybe even lost. Lost because they were your purpose, they were your joy. You made them everything, and now that they're gone, you don't know what to do anymore. All of these emotions are valid. Do not believe that they are not. You are feeling pain because you lost a person you truly cared about or even loved. And that is okay. It's okay to feel these emotions. Don't try to suppress it or try to dug it out. Because at the end, they'll only come back stronger and maybe even more negative. You might lash out at people you care about. So try to understand that these emotions you are feeling right now or during the breakup are valid. Here are some ways that help me relieve the pain, at least a little bit of it. Singing. I know for some of you this may seem dumb or ridiculous, but honestly, sing your heart out. Put on those songs that make you want to scream it out or even cry it out. For example, Bruno Mars, When I Was Your Man. Just saying, it's okay. You ain't gotta sing it in front of people. You can put it in your car, drive around if you have a car, or just put in your headphones and just sing along with it on the low. Don't gotta voice it out. Another thing that helped me was journaling. I still have my journal that I wrote in since the beginning of the breakup, and looking back at it, I have to say a lot has changed within the way I think and the way I feel. Maybe they might help you too. What I did was write down thoughts and emotions, maybe negative thoughts, emotions that I didn't even know what it was until later on I figured out what it was I was truly feeling. Maybe it can help you guys too. And something that helped a lot was writing down things I wish I said to her or I sent to her. Because since we were in no contact, I can't really text her. So there were a lot of things I wish I told her, but instead of sending it to her, I just wrote it down so that I didn't break contact. I say that journaling can help you guys to understand yourself, which is a very benefiting thing for everyone, because you have to understand yourself. It is no one else's responsibility to understand you but yourself. Crying. I know for my guys out there, they're gonna be like, nah, I can't do that. I'm a dude. Listen, I'm in enough to say I shed at least one or two tears, alright? Maybe more. Who knows? But at the end, I did it for me. At the end of the day, I felt better after crying it out and then picked myself up and told myself, alright, we got it out of our system. We relieved the pain. We gotta move forward. Do what you gotta do. If you need to scream, shout, do whatever you need to do, but relieve yourself from that pain because it's not good for you. And here are some things that I tell you don't do because I've already done them, or I know people who already done them. Don't drink or do drugs. The effects can either make it worse or make you forget it until the effects are gone. Trust me, that's not fun. Don't distract yourself or find a rebound, because once the distraction is gone and you're alone in your room, it's gonna hit you like a truck, and then you're gonna be wondering why you're even doing it. And for my people who like to drive fast, don't do it while your mind is clouded, or don't do it at all, because it's dangerous for yourself and the people around you. You can not only be putting yourself at risk, but other people's lives at risk too. Maybe for some of you, you might want to reconnect with old friends. For me, during the relationship, I was more focused on this one person that I was with, and I lost connections with some of my friends. After the breakup, I reconnected with them. Some I still am in contact with, some I lost the friendship, but it's okay, because after that I learned that there are people who truly understand your situation and there's some that don't, and that's fine. Not everyone understands, but yeah, reconnect with them, have fun. That's what I did. I connected with old friends, went out with them, talked. They helped me with the breakup too. They allowed me to vent some things that I felt that needed to be said, and some things were validated. Some things were like I was told that I was in the wrong and I should have done things differently, which I'm always grateful for the feedback because now I take it as a way to grow. But something you must keep in mind is don't depend on their company. What I mean by that is don't always try to hang out with them to forget the heartbreak or the pain that you're feeling. Because the moment, again, as I said in the don'ts, the moment the distractions are gone, it's gonna hurt you. So enjoy their company, go out, have fun, but don't make it your whole distraction from what happened. And even meet new people. I met this amazing friend at my job, and she has helped me a lot in my healing process. I can't thank her enough, and she knows that. I'm always will be grateful for her. After doing all this and relieving yourself from the pain, you may be wondering, alright, so after you did all that, what did you do next? The comeback. So after all this, after relieving yourself from the pain, at least a little bit of it, you have to now start accepting it. What do I mean by this? There's two parts to it. You have to accept the situation and you have to accept the feelings. Now, the situation is accepting the fact that you two will no longer be together or you two are no longer together. And if you're going into no contact, you have to understand that there's no more communication with them. You no longer are a part of their lives and you have to accept that. You have to be okay with it and just let it be. Now, this is for my people who love deeply because I'm in this situation and it took me a while to understand this and accept it. You will still have feelings for them. You will still think about them. And you have to be okay with that. You may be wondering, but isn't this the whole point of the video? To let go of it? The whole point of this video is not just for moving on. It's also how to move forward with life if you can't let go of these feelings. That's why I said how to move on from a breakup, or at least move forward with your life. I moved on from the situation. I just haven't let go of the feelings. I don't know how. So I started just accepting, and I will every now and then think about them, and my feelings for them are not romantic anymore. They're now platonic. I just hope for the best for them and just leave it at that. And it has helped me a lot to move on. I became okay with this and just moved on because eventually the feelings will fade. It's just not now, you know? Alright, so now that you accepted these things, what I did next was start working on myself. And I know some of you might be working on yourself too, because on the TikTok, a lot of people are joining me on this journey with me. And there are also people who are trying to better themselves, which I respect too, because we are all flawed people just trying to be better than who we were. What I did was review the relationship. What do I mean by that? I mean just looking what I did and say, alright, I didn't like how I did this. For example, I was heavy on abandonment issues. I didn't like it. I said, I don't like that I'm constantly trying to self-sabotage and I keep fearing this person's gonna leave me. Just look over the relationship and tell yourself, alright, I didn't like I did this, or I didn't like how they did that. You know, you can also learn from them. Let's say they had bad communication skills and maybe you didn't have the best communication skills. Alright, boom, work on communication skills. Here's something that took me a while to understand. Look at your inner wounds. Now, you may be wondering, what do you mean by that? Like my guts, my organs? No. What I mean by this is your mental wounds. Everything that you respond with, or there are triggers in your mind that are not from this current you, they're from your past you. For example, for me, my abandonment issues aren't from my current self. They were from my early childhood wounds. And I had to do something about it. Because if I didn't heal it, it was just going to repeat itself in the next relationship. My advice is to look or see if you have any inner wounds. How do you do that? Find ways or things that trigger you for no reason. Like you think to yourself, why does this trigger me? that is an inner wound and look over it. Here are 3 things that also I worked on throughout my journey: my physical, mental, and spiritual health. Physically, I went to the gym. It's something that helped me. It helped my mind become clear, my emotions in check, and just physically, I felt great. Especially when you have a good pump, you feel like a king. But maybe the gym is not for you. Maybe you just don't like the gym, and that's okay. Maybe you can go for a walk or a run. And then when you get into that state of flow, you'll understand what I mean, that your mind just goes quiet. Now, I'm only speaking on this topic because I had a moment where my sleep schedule was great. Right now it's a little iffy, but get your sleep. Genuinely get 8 to 10 hours of sleep. And don't say you don't have time to make that. Maybe some of you don't. I understand life kind of gets in the way. But for my people that are on TikTok at 3 in the morning, knowing you have to be up at 8, 6, whatever the time may be, get off TikTok. Alright? Get your sleep. It's good for you. It helped me a lot when I had my sleep schedule in check. I know it's a little messy because I just went through a whole breakthrough mentally. That's a whole nother thing to talk about. It's not something within this video I should speak about, but I'm gonna get it back. Right now I'm just doing this late. It's like 11, almost 12, because I said I will have this done by Friday, and I hope I get it done by Friday. If not, I'm sorry. Anyways, mentally. Now, I can say this because I already tried it, but try therapy. Now, therapy wasn't for me, but at least I can say I tried it. I know many of you will say therapy doesn't help, I'm not wasting my time on it. Don't say none of that unless you try it, because honestly, I tried it. This just wasn't for me. I already gave it a shot. At least I can say it wasn't for me. But if you never went to therapy, you didn't even try to go to it, don't say it's a waste of time. Just try it for yourself. If it's for you, it's for you. If it's not, alright, it's not for you. Reading. Reading can help a lot. That's how I healed my inner wounds. That's how I learned to grow as well. One of the books that my friend from work recommended me was called Attached. It helped me understand my attachment style. And it's I think 4, if I remember correctly. There's the anxious attachment, avoidant attachment, anxious avoidant, and secure. And it helped me understand more why I was the way I am in relationships. So if you want to give that a read, I highly recommend it. If you don't want to, it's okay. One thing I need to tell you guys is to build this type of mentality where you put yourself first. For me, my whole life, I've always put others first, others' feelings, others' problems, and I'm gonna be honest, it has not benefited me at all. I always said, oh yeah, let me be selfless, let me be there for others, because I know what it's like. But the problem is that the more you become selfless, the more you lose yourself. I lost myself putting other people's first. I put their problems first before mine. I put their emotions before mine, and all it did was make me lose myself. Right now, I'm putting myself first by isolating myself and just getting my money up, rebuilding my mentality, because I put someone else's situations before me, and it only caused me more harm. So right now, I'm just putting myself first. And don't feel sorry or don't feel bad that you're being selfish. Be selfish, because at the end of the day, you only have yourself, and that's the truth. I've been on this journey, I've been doing this by myself. Yes, I had help, but no one put in the work for me. No one was there to do the things for me. That's why I say be there for yourself and put yourself first, spiritually. Now this goes for my religious people. I know there are people who don't believe in a God, and that's okay. I'm not gonna force this on you. Again, this is how I processed the breakup or how I built myself. So if you just want to hear me out, just hear me out. I'm not forcing nothing. What I did was pray and talk with God. a lot.